The head of ministry, Mr. Reddy, the chief director, Zimbabwe, the directors of the Department of Education, the board members of Anton and Reddy, the principal, the CPR, and the staff, all guests and students and members of the media. What impressed me so much sitting there was this academic performance 2002. Number of students who wrote 121, number passed 120, percentage 100% pass, and that's an absolutely amazing achievement. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You know, whenever we go to a school function, I think last week we did a school block, I think at Burnwood we did something there, and I actually stopped taking my wife to the function because she gets a bigger applause than me wherever I go. But she was going to be at it this evening, but she had some commitments. Today, ladies and gentlemen, students, yes, as I stand before you as a humble messenger of motivation, here to inspire and ignite the sparks of curiosity and innovation within each and every one of you. You are the future of science. You are the future of science, technology, and innovation. And the world looks to you with great anticipation, counting on your brilliance to solve the problems of today and unlock the possibilities of tomorrow. In the school, you have been bestowed with remarkable opportunities to learn, explore, and create. Remember, every great invention, every groundbreaking theory, and every transformative discovery began with a single idea in someone's mind, just like you. They were once students with dreams, aspirations, and a thirst of knowledge. And I was so inspired sitting there listening to the stories and the quality of technology and your thinking amazes me. And it made me think about some of the great people I've met in my life. And I'm going to go back and tell you some stories in my life which I hope will inspire you. When you heard the story of 500 Rand in a bucky and being whom I am today, and I tell you how I did it. I am only a simple electrician, that's all. I'm unqualified. I don't have any degrees. All of you are much cleverer than me. You've got greater qualification and you will get. But what happens with the human mind? You can do anything you put your mind to. You've got to be focused. You must not wear blinkers. And think of the great leaders of today. Think of Einstein. He failed electric. He wasn't instant contact. You've got to put your mind to it. That's what I did. And one of the organizations I joined when I was little, it was called the Boy Scouts. An amazing organization of leadership. It taught me how to lead. And that's really important in your life. You've got to have all the academic knowledges, but you've got to be able to lead. The ability to communicate is so important. If you can communicate, it will make you money. And in fact, you've got some of you, you're going to come up with amazing ideas. And I'm going to throw a challenge to you right now. If someone, right now, the biggest problem in Africa and throughout the world is cable theft. And up to date, we don't have the technology to detect any cable theft. The other day I was at a function sitting at the BRICS conference, sitting next to the CEO of Transnet, and she was telling me what a big problem. Cable theft, people are cutting the cable, and I'm sure one of you come up with an idea, think about it as a project, and come and get your principal to see me, and you can become very rich very quickly. You can become an entrepreneur, and I'll help you. So coming back to my life, I started off working as an electrician, and at one Christmas party, I took all our black workers in Pietermaritzburg to Durban, and I was the only person of color. Those were the days of apartheid. And after a few drinks, I went to see my black colleagues in the workshop, and they were having inferior meat and drinks, and I took some of them. And I said, come in where the senior management, especially the whites are, and partake in their nice lamb chops and black label whiskey. And when we went, all the whites went away, and we finished all the drinks and the food, because I knew what was going to happen. Monday morning, I was called into the office and fired. But when I walked out of that office, I told the then CEO, I said, one day apartheid will be gone, and I will have a bigger electrical company than you. But I didn't have 2 cents in my pocket. I just got married. I couldn't afford an honeymoon that year. And I went out and tried to get a job, and I couldn't get a job because no one employed me. The word went out, I'm a troublemaker. And I had to start my own business. And I made some big mistakes and things that you got to learn. I went in and did my first job. It was a hotel somewhere, and I was so excited. On the day to collect the money, I picked up my wife in that same broken bucky, and I just borrowed a farm to start to work, and I was tenure. That job at that time it was 56,000. It was a lot of money. Today it's equivalent to about 14 million rands. And I told her how we're going to go to honeymoon, we were going to buy a new vehicle, and it was going to change our life. And when I went to collect the money, there was a note on the company door saying, company in liquidation, contact the attorney. I didn't even know what liquidation meant. I couldn't understand it. I knew I was in trouble. I went to see a lawyer, and he said, you got no chance. And that evening, I was very depressed. As I lay down in bed, I just didn't know what to do. My world was tumbling down. But my mind went back to when I was 16 years old. I actually represented South Africa, the Boy Scouts World Jamboree. And at that World Jamboree, I was the only person of color. I actually spoke out about apartheid in South Africa, and the Boy Scouts creed said we're all equal before God, but we had segregation. And then the South Africans ostracized me, but what happened? The African region and the European, the rest of the world embraced me, and they elected me to the World Youth Forum. There were only 14 of us. And when we went to our first meeting, a function, I met the first important man I met in the moon. And that was in 1971. I had the opportunity of meeting astronaut Neil Armstrong. 69, he went to the moon. 71, I became the first person in Africa to meet him and shake his hands. And when the time came, I said, sir, can you tell me the secret of your success? And he told me, young man, I know the South Africa the problem, but this is what he said. When he was a youngster, and he used to look at the moon, and he told his parents he was going to the moon. There was no astronaut program. They didn't even start the program, still early stages. But as he went to primary school, the astronaut program opened. He went to high school, he went to university, he did all the qualifications. He was so focused. But when he was a little child, he brought him a telescope to look at the moon, and he was so focused on being an astronaut. He actually went out there, but he failed. Academically, he flourished. He failed because your breathing's got to be about 43, 45 beats per minute as an astronaut. Slow heartbeat. He didn't know what to do. He was depressed. When he went home that evening, he was sitting at the local bar, and one of his neighbors, who was from the Indian community, they were talking, and he said, do you know about yoga? Yoga can control. And he went in and did yoga for a year. And his mind over matter. He was able to control his breathing. He went back and he got admitted. And the rest of history, he became the first man on the moon. Absolutely amazing. Worldwide, everyone revered him. But his parting words to me was, young man, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Perseverance prevails when all else fails, and never ever give up. And those are the words that stick with me up to today. That's my life. You never ever give up on anything. And that's what helped me. The next day I went in, met people, and it's a long history. But in life, being an electrician, I didn't just focus on electricity. I loved playing the casinos. And when the casino industry opened up, I used to tell my friends, we used to go to the Wild Coast. As soon as I had a little bit of money, we went to the Wild Coast. And gambling is bad, by the way. It's a bad habit. Don't get involved in it. And let me tell you, while I'm talking about the word habit, you see, as youngsters, all of us, we spend the first half of our lives learning bad habits. And it's very difficult to give up bad habits, whether it be smoking, drug, alcohol, even bad manners. And we must try to inculcate good habits. And in fact, that word habit is so bad, you can't even give up the word. Think about it. H-A-B-I-T. You take away the H, you have A-B-I-T. You take away the A, you got B-I-T. You take away the B-I-T, you still got that. You can't even break the word. So don't get into bad habits. It's wrong. It's very hard. Even like being very overweight and trying to lose weight. But it all needs determination. So coming back to the casinos, and I should tell my friends one day I'm going to the casino, and they laughed at me. And when South Africa opened up the casinos, and I went out there, and went to Las Vegas, looked at how casinos operate, came to South Africa, made it in Somalia, our first one. And I realized there's nothing scientific about it, there's nothing special. You can't do it. We employed a management company, and we ended up opening 5 casinos in this country. And it is all about linking up the right people, networking, and it didn't cost too much money, but when you have good ideas, banks will support you. It's not easy, you've got to have perfect ideas. And then I did a lot of things. One of the things, I always tell people it's so important to communicate with each other. When I'm at airports, I talk to people, and that caused me to even print banknotes. We involved in when there was a World AIDS conference in Durban, and I told our team we got to do something. And they went all the way. Well, I went up to the United States, found a company that makes the AutoQuick, a technology where you rub it in your gums and it tells you whether you're HIV positive or not. We did a lot of things in life because you've got to diversify, you've got to think, that's how you become an entrepreneur. You've got to be focused, you've got to be hardworking, and whatever you do, you've got to have absolute dedication. But throughout that, whatever you do in life, and you must always remember, no matter how successful you are, you must never ever forget those that are less fortunate. Always have random acts of kindness when you develop in life, and that's absolutely critical. And I want to tell you that in this era of rapid advancements, never forget the power of collaboration. Great achievements are really the results of a solitary effort. Seek out like-minded individuals, exchange ideas, and harness the collective wisdom that surrounds you. Together you can accomplish far more than anyone that can achieve alone. Above all, never lose sight of your position. Let it guide you, your passion. Let it guide you through the darkest of times, motivate you to push beyond your limits. Science, psychology, technology, and innovation are just fields of study. There are a way. So dear students, embrace this incredible journey before you with open minds and open hearts. Be fearless in the face of challenge, for greatness lies on the other side. Believe in yourselves, trust in your abilities, and never let anyone dampen your spirit. Remember, the world eagerly awaits your ideas, your inventions, and your breakthroughs. You have the power to shape the future and make a lasting impact on humanity. Seize every opportunity, unleash your potential, and let your brilliance shine. And remember, always live your dreams, perseverance prevails, and never ever give up. And I want to leave you with a special principle I have in life. It's called CANEI, C-A-N-E-I. It means constant and never-ending improvement. Make every day a better day in your life. God bless all of you. Thanks.